We do not find ourselves in love by accident. Like rivers seeking the sea, our hearts flow towards certain people with a force that feels both ancient and mysterious, a current shaped by unseen landscapes beneath the surface. If you have ever wondered why one glance lingers, why a single touch stirs the marrow, it is not chance, but a subtle recognition. Love, in its first shimmering moments, is not just a meeting of souls, but a reuniting of fractured selves. The longing that pulls us towards another is the echo of an old wound, the ache of wholeness we once knew, the memory of something lost and half remembered. Each love story begins as a spark in the darkness, illuminating hidden patterns in our hearts. We may think we are searching for someone new, someone extraordinary, yet what we truly seek is a mirror, one that reflects back the secret places we cannot reach alone. When you look into the eyes of a beloved and feel both awe and unease, what you are seeing is not only their beauty, but your own unacknowledged longing. The other person is a mosaic, each tile catching fragments of your own story. Where their outline blurs, your old cracks are revealed. This is not a failing, but a wonder. Imagine two ancient vessels, each cracked by time, meeting at the rim. Where one is chipped, the other curves to meet it. The lines of fracture are not hidden. They are gilded, glowing with possibility. In Japan, broken pottery is repaired with veins of gold, kintsugi, so the mended cracks become the most precious part. So too in love, what is vulnerable becomes luminous, what is unfinished glows with promise. We are drawn to those whose wounds complement our own, whose light calls to the gold waiting beneath our scars. Why is it that love can feel both like coming home and standing at the edge of an abyss? Perhaps it is because the person before us is both familiar and unknowable, a living paradox that stirs our deepest questions. The heart recognizes something in them, a pattern we cannot name but have always carried. It is the sensation of a veil lifting, revealing a glimpse of the self we might become. This encounter is not random. It is the intersection of memory, possibility, and recognition. We fall in love with those who show us the wholeness we ache for, even as they remain a mystery. Underneath the surface, every attraction is woven from threads spun long ago. Our earliest experiences of comfort and rupture, presence and absence, shape what feels like love. The first time someone truly sees us, it can feel like sunlight through stained glass, warm, colored, and sacred. Yet the glass also holds the shadows of old patterns. Love recreates our earliest emotional environment, reanimating the landscapes of our childhood. Sometimes, what draws us in is not only the promise of joy, but the hope that this time the ending might be different. We are mosaics, each of us, assembled from memories and missed connections. The people we desire most intensely are often those who reflect the pieces we have lost, hidden, or denied. In their presence, our forgotten colors shine. When their words echo our unspoken fears or dreams, something ancient stirs inside us, a longing to be seen, to be made whole. But this is not always comfortable. Love is a light that exposes the cracks as well as the beauty. It asks us to confront what we have buried, to meet ourselves anew in the gaze of another. This is why love can feel like a revelation and a wound at once. When we fall, it is not only for the other person's radiance, but for the golden thread they pull through our lives. Some part of us knows, here is a chance to heal. Here is the place where my old story might change. But healing is not passive. The mirror of love is clear, but also merciless. It shows us not only what is lovable, but what is unfinished. In the presence of another, our defenses falter, our masks slip, the cracks begin to shine. We might ask ourselves whether true intimacy is possible if the other can never be fully known. Yet it is precisely this unknowability that keeps love alive. Mystery is an open space, a field where possibility breathes. Like the shifting patterns in a kaleidoscope, our beloved remains partly veiled, partly revealed. We circle each other, drawn by what is hidden as much as what is shown. In this dance, longing and awe entwine. The heart strains towards wholeness, even as it accepts that some distances can never be crossed. Imagine two figures standing before a mosaic wall. Each tile, each color tells a story, some bright, some dark, all essential. As they reach towards each other, golden threads arc between their hands, connecting their broken places. The cracks are not shameful, they are illuminated, radiant with gold. This is the paradox of love. We are most beautiful where we have been most broken. The longing for completion is not a flaw, but the engine of growth. In meeting another, we glimpse the possibility of integration. To love is to become both artist and art. We bring our raw clay, our chipped edges, to the relationship, and together begin the work of fusion. Each conversation, each moment of vulnerability is a brushstroke on the shared canvas. Sometimes the image dissolves, patterns blur, boundaries melt. This dissolution is not loss, but transformation. Through the cracks, new light enters. The gold glows brighter. The self you thought you were gives way to something vaster, a mosaic greater than the sum of its parts. But this work is slow and often painful. The old wounds do not close easily. We may resist, clinging to the familiar patterns, the safety of solitude. Yet the longing persists. It is as if a part of us remembers being whole, being held. Love is the longing of once divided beings, reaching across time for reunion. Every embrace is a return, a remembering of what was lost. The ache is not just for the other, but for the self we might become in their presence. Romantic love exposes what we cannot encounter alone. In solitude we may hide from our shadows, but in relationship they stand center stage. The other becomes a living halo, illuminating our blind spots. Sometimes this feels like threat, other times like grace. The greatest gift of love is not comfort, but awakening. It is an invitation to see ourselves truly, to accept both our radiant and broken parts. In this acceptance, integration begins. If you have ever wondered why love's joy is tinged with fear, consider the power it holds. To be seen is to risk being hurt. To open is to risk being changed. The heart resists, even as it longs. We are drawn to those whose presence stirs both hope and anxiety, whose touch awakens both tenderness and trembling. This tension is the birthplace of transformation. Like gold fused in fire, we are tempered and remade by love's heat. Perhaps you have noticed that in every love, certain themes repeat. The same arguments, the same longings rise again and again. This is not failure, but a signpost. The patterns that emerge are clues to our deepest needs. Like a mosaic's recurring motif, they call us to pay attention. If we approach these moments with curiosity, not judgment, we can begin to see the outlines of our own unfinished story. Love asks us not to perfect ourselves, but to bring our whole selves, cracks and all, into the light. The longing for wholeness is ancient. In myth, once divided beings search for their missing halves, yearning to be reunited. The stories endure because they reflect a truth. We are all seeking what was lost, but no partner can make us whole. The other is a catalyst, not a cure. Their presence reveals the shape of our wounds, but it is our own work to fill the cracks with gold. In loving, we learn to hold ourselves with the same tenderness we long for from another. Do you feel like home? This question echoes through every relationship. Love recreates our earliest emotional environment, inviting us to revisit old rooms, old echoes. Sometimes we are drawn to what is familiar, even if it hurts, because the ache is known, the pattern safe. Other times, we sense possibility, a glimpse of warmth or freedom we never knew. The task is to discern what in this person feels like home and what feels like a new horizon. There is awe in the act of loving. To touch another's hand is to touch history, to feel the pulse of all that came before. Each caress is a weaving of threads, a silent conversation between past and future selves. In this intimacy, time dissolves. The boundary between I and you blurs, and for a moment there is only presence. This is the heart of integration, to be both distinct and joined, both mystery and mirror. The veils that shroud our hearts are not torn away at once. In love they dissolve slowly, layer by layer. Each revelation is tender, sometimes painful. We learn to trust, to allow another to see us as we are. The gift of love is not perfection, but permission, to be flawed, to be unfinished, to be real. And through this vulnerability, the cracks emit gold light. The places we feared most become the sources of our greatest beauty. Yet, love is not only a private affair. The gold that glimmers from our cracks becomes a beacon for others. In embracing our wounds, we inspire those around us to do the same. Each relationship, each act of courage, adds another tile to the great mosaic of humanity. Our individual healing ripples outwards, shaping the patterns of the whole. We are all connected by golden threads, luminous in our imperfection. Still, the process can feel overwhelming. It is tempting to retreat, to hide our cracks, to wait for someone else to make us whole. But growth does not happen in hiding. The gold cannot shine unless the fracture is exposed to the light. Today, take a moment to notice where you feel both longing and resistance in your relationships. Gently name the crack, without judgment. Imagine filling it with gold, your own compassion, your own acceptance. This is a small act, but it is the beginning of integration. As we move through love's seasons, the patterns shift. Early infatuation gives way to deeper knowing, awe softens into intimacy. The cracks may widen or begin to heal. The gold grows brighter, more intricate. Through each cycle, we are invited to meet ourselves anew. The longing for wholeness never ends, but its shape changes. Over time, what once felt like ache becomes quiet wonder, a tenderness for both the journey and the wounds that shaped it. There is humility in recognizing that we will never fully understand another. The beloved remains partly veiled, a mystery we can approach but never possess. This unknowability is not a flaw, but a gift. It keeps the heart open, the longing alive. In the space between knowing and not knowing, love breathes. The mosaic is never finished. The gold is always glowing just beneath the surface. We are all mosaics, luminous and incomplete. Each relationship reveals a new facet, a different crack to fill. The work of love is ongoing, an art that asks for patience and courage. There will be moments of dissolution, when the pattern blurs, when the self feels lost. But through these dissolutions, new forms emerge. The gold expands, the light deepens. Integration is not a destination, but a way of being, an openness to the mystery of self and other. If you find yourself longing for someone who cannot be fully yours, remember, it is the veil, not just the face, that draws you in. The unknown calls to the parts of you still hidden, still yearning. In loving what you cannot possess, you honor the mystery at the heart of all connection. The threads that bind us are not chains, but invitations to grow, to reach, to become. Love is more than affection or attraction. It is the engine of self-overcoming, the force that draws us out of hiding and into the world. In the presence of another, we are confronted with both our beauty and our brokenness. This confrontation is the crucible of transformation. The gold is not given, it is forged. So, how do we navigate this paradox, longing for wholeness, knowing we are always incomplete? The answer is gentle. We learn to hold the ache, to welcome both the crack and the gold. We accept that love is both mirror and mystery, both wound and healing. In this acceptance we find freedom. The longing does not end, but it becomes a source of awe, a quiet integration of all that we are. Remember, you do not fall in love at random. Each person who draws you near is a teacher, a mirror, a fellow traveler on the path of integration. The ache you feel is not a flaw, but a map, a guide to the places within you still longing for light. Honor the longing, tend to the cracks. The gold that shines there is yours alone to claim. As you move forward, let your heart remain open to both the pain and the beauty of love. Trust that every crack can emit gold light, every wound can glow with meaning. The mosaic of your life is unfinished, but it is already radiant. Each connection, each longing, adds another thread, another tile, another gleam. In loving and being loved, you become both whole and wholly yourself, a work of art, luminous in your imperfection. In the end, love asks not for perfection, but for presence. Show up as you are, cracked, unfinished, golden. Let the longing guide you, let the mystery remain. The cracks that shine like gold are the places where your heart and the hearts of those you love become most alive. Thank you for watching and for walking this path alongside me. If you'd like to support the channel, please like and subscribe. For high-resolution art, music, and full transcripts, consider joining me on Patreon. Until then, carry these reflections gently with you, and I hope to see you again in the next video.